Morning.
Welcome back,
I
everybody.
didn't think it was going to be that cold this morning.
No, I think it's because we're in a valley.
Yeah.
It's cold, always colder in valleys. Yeah, it is. Pretty cold today.
Well, we're back today.
Just back from Southampton last night.
Yeah. We had a lovely time with Mum and Dad. Well, you won't see this for a couple of months, but Mum was 88 on the 15th of October. And we had a lovely time. We were actually pleased with the meal this time, not like the anniversary one. Yeah, we had a lovely meal at the Alma Stonehouse, same as the inn by the sea, but no complaints. The ice cream was lovely. The food, all the food was lovely. Yeah, because we went the day before as well for all-you-can-eat breakfast, and that was Grandad's idea. He said it was Josh. Josh is always wanting to go. He goes. I think he wanted to go. So yeah, we had a lovely time.
Yeah, and we came back last night. Didn't get water last time because we didn't pass one. The last time we got water was at Bumblehole.
I didn't even think, did I, Josh?
One bit of wash on.
I thought, put the engine on, because it was only about 30% on the battery. So I put the engine on. I thought, I've got water. I'll do a wash. I'll have a shower. And we end up with no water. I didn't even. I was a bit tired. I took the wrong turning off of the motorway, so that put us 10 minutes, quarter of an hour behind. So I said to Annie, I'm not driving anymore. I said, you can drive. I don't know, I was just tired. I don't very often feel like that, really tired like that.
He does. Just when you're travelling.
Just don't like driving anymore, guys. Motorway driving is so boring as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I haven't got any water. This one time we didn't fill out the blue containers as well. And we needed them, but yeah, luckily there is a water point. It's about 2 locks away, so not too far.
But it's about 8:30, and he's already gone to work. He's only half an hour away, but
heading to Wombourne today.
We've got to do a couple of bits before.
Wombourne, Lower Pen. There's offside mooring just above one of the locks there. I think we've got to do about 14 locks today. Quite a few. Got to do Bratch today as well, which should be exciting. I'll probably cock that up because I haven't done it in 2.5 years.
Yeah, it's a bit of a different one, that one, guys. A bit of an unusual one.
Yeah. Alright, let's go.
So this is the UK Canal Network. Now we're here down on the Staffordshire and Worcestershire Canal near Stourbridge at Goversley Lock. So we've been setting off from Goversley Lock in Narrowboat Olive, heading through several locks and some beautiful countryside on our way to Swindon. Little Swindon, that is, not to be mistaken with the big one. And then we get through Wombourne before we reach Bratch Locks, the infamous Bratch Locks. Once we're through that, we head up to Dimmingsdale where we're more up, making the cruise about 6 miles and 14 locks. Let's go. So this lock is quite descriptively named Rocky Lock, as you can see, because it's cut out of this lovely red sandstone. I mean, it would have been a tough job for the navvies to cut this out. Now here is one of the distinctive round weirs here on the Staffs and Worcestershire Canal. These round weirs were designed as a way to manage water levels and control the flow of the water into the canal. Unlike the traditional straight weirs, the circular weirs help distribute the water more evenly and was intended to minimise erosion. You just have to love beautiful autumnal calm mornings like this. I mean, it is just so beautifully peaceful. And what better day to cruise past the beautiful John's Garden here. It's an 8-acre private garden created by nursery owner and Chelsea gold medalist John Massey. It's actually regarded as one of the finest private gardens in the UK and has a magnificent collection of trees, shrubs and all sorts of rare flowers and plants. And it is actually open and only on Saturdays throughout the year. And it's about £8 to enter, which isn't too bad really. This is Ashwood Marina here, a family owned private marina. The ironmasters from Stourbridge decided to set up a little railway here running from the basin. It was only about 3 miles long and used a locomotive. The locomotive was called Age Noria and ran from 1829 until 1864. Then she was dismantled and put into a shed where she wasn't discovered until 1884. And she still survives today. She's actually in a museum in York, the National Railway Museum. This was first known as the Shut End Railway. It was then extended to several other collieries, and this basin ran with heavy traffic until 1949.
The 1 month of the year that name is actually accurate.
And it was developed into a marina in the 1960s and has been a marina ever since. And what's funny is this is one of the marinas we actually came to when looking for a boat. There was a boat called Gerald No. 3 here that we all came looked at, but it was a bit too far at Mum and Dad's price range, and I never actually vlogged that.
Shopping more in the trees, isn't it?
In 1905, just above this lock at Green's Forge, on April Fool's Day, the canal breached above the lock. Yeah, a breach, I know, it's bringing back flashbacks, PTSD. It was about 30 feet wide and 15 feet deep, not quite the one on the Bridgewater. A boatman coming down sent his son ahead to set the lock, and the son came back and said there had been a breach, and the boatman thought he was lying because it was April Fool's. This will make you laugh, though. The canal company descended on the site, and it was open to traffic within a week. Like many locks on the canal network, many people have died and drowned over the years. For example, in 1970, a 16-year-old boy said, "I bet I can jump the lock." Sadly, when he could not in fact make the distance, he had to be fished out of the canal the next day. It's now time to fill up on water and listen to the birds and watch the squirrels and the leaves falling from the tree on this beautiful morning. And sod's law, as soon as we set off and tried to go through the moored boats here for the narrow section, a boat comes the other way. Why couldn't this happen while we were filling up? Who knows?
Good for them anyway. The antenna's at the top of the stack.
This is the pumping station here at Hinksford. And there's quite a few of these lovely old pumping stations along this canal. It was built here in 1898. There used to be actually 3 cottages on the site, and they wanted to build it here because it was close to the canal and there would be a wharf for receiving coal. The canal company actually complained in fears that the pumping operations would drain the springs in the bed of the canal. The well that it pumped from was actually 200 feet below the surface. We're now entering a village called Swindon, not to be mistaken with the other Swindon down in Wiltshire. This building here used to be the boat inn, and apparently the original building was constructed as sort of a hostel while the canal was being built, which quickly turned into a brothel. It was extended out to have 12 horse stables and was turned into a boat's pub. This was one of my favourite staircases on the network. I don't know what it is about it, I don't know, I love it. They're quite fun doing staircases because it does take a bit of concentration and management, so I quite enjoy it. It rises the canal by 20 feet and 3 inches. Staircases are usually used on more steeper hills, so instead of having one massively deep 20-foot lock, it's usually separated into 2 locks. And it's really simple how it works. When you want to go up like us, you just need to make sure the top lock is completely full and the bottom lock is completely empty. You enter the bottom lock, you shut the gates, and then you let the water out the top lock. And the water in the first lock just fills you up until the chamber is completely full, and then you can open the gates in the middle and let the boat through to the top lock. And then you let water, of course, down from the pound above into the lock, and which then fills you right to the top, and then you can leave. Simple as that, really.
Just don't look down, donkey, and you'll be alright. I'm looking down! Shrek, I'm looking down! We've just made it up, what was the look? The staircase?
Bottom something.
Bottom. Bottom?
No, bottom something. Bottom or something.
It's alright.
Bottom staircase.
Which is weird, because that's my favourite staircase in the whole network. I love that staircase.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is about it.
Bottom staircase, I think it is. You'll probably tell us it isn't.
Just came through Swindon, on the Wilts and the Berks Canal.
Yeah, not Swindon in.
You do, if you
It's
could
what?
cruise the Wilts and the Berks Canal, sorry, you could actually go through Swindon.
Yeah, because Swindon is in Wiltshire.
Yeah.
The other Swindon's in Wiltshire. The big Swindon. Yeah, weird.
What's weird about it?
Oh, this is Little Swindon, is it?
No, it's not called Little Swindon, it's called
Oh.
Swindon as well.
Oh, okay.
I just call it Little Swindon because it's littler than the big Swindon.
Oh,
Oh my god, we're getting hit by a wind.
this hill, autumn's definitely here.
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of leaves, guys, in the propeller.
Yet again, we have a lovely autumn day.
Oh, beautiful.
But
Absolutely beautiful.
when we're down in Southampton, the weather hit us in the night before yesterday, so Tuesday evening, is it? Yeah,
Yeah,
Tuesday evening.
and it followed us.
So now it went up north, and it must have really rained here.
Yeah. The lady just said, I just said, what beautiful. Oh, yeah, she said it is compared to yesterday.
Got back.
Yeah.
And the road was even more flooded than it was before.
Oh, God, in about 3 spots it was
Yeah.
flooded.
And now to send me a photo of the bank is starting to break it on the River Severn at his pub, the water rat in Ironbridge.
Oh,
So they got the barriers up in Ironbridge. So
yeah. So
lucky we did.
we actually did the right thing for once,
we did.
guys. We don't normally, but we did.
I'm not being funny, but I think we'd still be on the Gloss and Shot list.
Yeah, and it's, even though it's a nice canal, it's just a bit wide for me. It reminds me of a river. I like rivers, but it just,
It's only,
it's only
worth a
19
couple of
miles
days
or
visit,
something.
wasn't it?
Yeah, 19 miles or something.
Yeah,
No.
something.
Yeah. Good thing is there's not a swing bridges on there, but they're manned, so
Yeah, but bear in mind the get track. So you go down in the autumn or the spring.
yeah,
Get track.
that's why.
But we're safe for looking out. And it's a beautiful day. Only seen one boat. All the locks have been on our side. Apart from
Yes, we're very lucky for once. So
one. Yeah,
good,
it's good.
brilliant.
And,
Could be better.
yeah, we're just on our way through Womborne now. Oh, just met a really nice Jamaican guy.
Yeah,
He was
lovely chat.
gongoozling. He was like, oh my god, fascinated.
Just explain to him everything that happens,
Yeah.
isn't you?
It's fascinating for people
Yeah.
who come from so far away.
Bloody swans, they're always getting in the way, but they always do get out of the way for the boat. But they are adorable, we love them. I'm sorry for the god-awful quality of that microphone. I mean, it had really good reviews on Amazon when I bought it, but the 20 quid asking price was a little bit suspicious. Luckily, I do stop using them soon at some point, but I have now invested in some really good Rode mics. Oh please, Alps homes, really? This could be further from the bloody Alps. Maybe it's referring to the style of the house. Really long, sweeping roofs to the ground. I do like those styles of houses. Giggity giggity goo! Yeah, I know it's spelled differently, but come on. Oh, don't say that name round here, the Bridgewater. Little did I know. Little did I know. I got to the infamous Bumblehole lock, and yeah, the paddle was up and completely full. Couldn't have happened on a worse lock though, because this one just so happened to be the only lock of the day with one of the bottom paddles broken, so I could only empty it on one paddle, which took quite a long time.
This one actually makes
We've now reached Bratch, the free Bratch locks, very famous around here, and a lovely fight. It used to actually be a staircase flight, a triple staircase, much like the one we just came through, but with one extra on it. But it's now 3 locks, and tiny little 6-foot long pounds in between them. It has been claimed though that this was originally a 2-lock staircase. That would have been quite deep, which was opened around 1770. But in 1800, when the toll house was built, the locks were stripped back and rebuilt into their present form. They were supposedly moved back 20 feet, so the top lock stayed where it was, and the 2 bottom ones were moved a little bit further back. The trouble is, the original staircase flight was wasting way too much water, but the pounds are actually bigger than 6 foot in between. They're quite long, they do go off. but you can't navigate on them, and that's just water storage. So it's quite simple really. All you have to do is open the blue paddles first. This then lets in a lot of the water that has been stored in the pound off to the side first, and then you open the red paddles on the lock above, letting it down the water, which will continue to fill you up and refill the pound, saving the water to be used next time. Pretty much most of the time the volunteers are here. I don't think they're here on weekends though. But don't feel intimidated, it's really not that difficult. Just remember, blue before red.
You get some big whirlpools, don't you? Don't want to be sucked down there. Really? Yeah. Quite deep, huh? The longest.
Although it was quite a way to the next lock, I decided to get my steps in and walk to the next lock and get it ready for Mum. But then I noticed that there was something going on at the next lock. There was actually a boat going up. It makes sense though, because a lot of the locks have been against us actually, so we did think there was a boat ahead of us. Sod's law, I suppose. It's right, this is the last lock now, and we're just going to moor above this lock. And as you can see, the signs have been ripped off. Now this is from boaters who believe if they rip the signs off, the CLT will come along and say they've overstayed, and then they say, oh, did we? Well, there's no sign saying how long we're allowed to stay. I've seen this dirty trick quite a lot throughout the network. It's a shame, really. But we're actually going to stay here for 5 days, which is the maximum you're allowed to stay here, which is quite generous, really.
Right, we've made it to Dimmingsdale Lock.
Dimmingsdale, what a mouthful. Dimmingsdale Lock.
And
Lovely.
I eyeballed this spot last time I came down a couple of years ago.
Offside.
mooring.
Offside mooring.
Oh, there's nothing I love more than
5 day, offside mooring.
It was perfect because we're going to be here 5 days.
Yeah.
We go next Tuesday. And it's Thursday now, so yeah, heading off next Tuesday.
Because that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's okay.
Yeah, we made it through Bratch, which wasn't too much to worry about.
Oh
Really.
no, lovely lock keepers on there. Yeah, they were really friendly, weren't they?
Yeah, yeah. You just got to do the blue before the red. It's as simple as that, really.
We just haven't done it for like 2.5 years, so it's quite good that there's
and when you read the
there.
sign, it's a bit,
Confusing.
Yeah. Especially for a simpleton.
Yeah, so it's quite good to have. You talking about yourself? I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, me.
But yeah, I was all right because I was doing the boat, so I couldn't get blamed for doing the locks wrong or anything, the gates or paddles or whatever. So yeah, we're hoping, guys, not many places you get where you have no internet. My phone is usually, Vodafone's pretty good. My phone, you usually do get a signal and you get a hotspot.
We're out of the valley here. We're out of the valley, so
yeah, so
we're near Womborne and
Fingers
Wolverhampton, so
fingers crossed we'll have better internet here.
yeah,
Yes.
sure of some.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did actually catch up. We've only seen 2 boats all day.
Yeah.
One coming down, and unfortunately one ahead of us.
Yeah, but
It wasn't too bad.
they just gone out and Josh done the paddles.
Yeah,
You scared of?
I'm scared because they were cruising like 1 mile per hour, literally very, very slow.
But they've
It
got
took them a bit
ahead.
longer to do the lock, so luckily, just as we caught up with them, we were mooring up. So
Yeah, so
worked
that's
out.
all right. Worked out all right. Been very lucky today, really, haven't we? Majority of the
Surprisingly quiet.
majority of the locks are in our favour, but all the stuff and Worcester at the moment is very, very quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, really
Yeah,
lovely.
there's parking just down there on the bridge. Dad's going to park down there, and just walk down here and cross over the lock. And
Yeah, he didn't have to bring his diesel cans home because, as you know, Horn Basin we filled Olive up. She had a treat.
don't often get that.
No, so that's why.
Once before.
I think this is about the second
Maybe
time in
twice.
4 years that we've filled her up because she's got such a big tank, 350 litres or something. Yeah,
Supposedly.
yeah, supposedly they say.
Anyway, subscribe. Subscribe is 100% free.
Yeah,
I think 50% of you,
don't
maybe
subscribe.
60, are not subscribed.
Yeah, make sure you do because it.
Yeah. Helps
Put
us out a
our
lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
put our numbers up. See you later.
Bye.